Yes, here we are once again live as the sirens greet us as they do the first Wednesday of every
That's
month.
right.
The High
Yeah.
Noon
I
Hemp
got them
Show.
here too.
Yeah, they're excited. We're excited. We're live every Wednesday,
We're
of course, at
excited.
noon Eastern time. Boy, when they swing this way, it kind of gets slightly ear piercing, but it's okay. I
Wow.
fight through it. I'm the
Yeah. I can barely
professional
hear mine.
broadcaster, as you can tell.
That's right.
Every Wednesday, noon Eastern time, right here on Facebook on the Temptations Beach page. You can also find the show on demand on the Jedi Hemp channel on YouTube. Make sure you go subscribe there. I'm, of course, Joe Claire. You can Google me or whatnot if you care enough to do so. But the man himself is Beach, high above hemp quarters, way up in Sharonville. Beach, how are things in hemp quarters besides a little bit of feedback? Ma'am, can you turn down your radio, please?
Yes.
While we do the-
With the
we do the show.
sirens, please turn down the radio. No, things are beautiful high above the hemp quarters in Sharonville.
Indeed.
It is true because it is Wednesday. It is high noon. It's the first one of the month. They're telling you it's the High Noon Hemp Show. The alarms are going off. They're saying get to your computers now
Run to Facebook.
and log in to the Hemptations page and get on watching the High Noon Hemp Show. So welcome everyone to what I believe is the 33rd episode of the High Noon Hemp Show.
Yes, season 3, episode 9.
Season 3, episode 9. That is correct.
Flying by.
It's amazing. It's quite amazing that we've done so many. It is true. First thing in the kind of semi-local news, I will want to say if you're out there and you've been following Robbie Faulkner's issue, Robbie got arrested, 2 felony charges for CBD. This happened, I think, like over a year and a half ago. And so this is in Mansfield. They're finally supposed to go to trial after they keep pushing it back and pushing it back. He's been on a house arrest for like a year and a half for a bottle of Queen City Infusion CBD product that we sell. I've been in contact with his mom. I've tried to contact his lawyers, telling them that I'd be happy to testify. I don't, they obviously don't.
Whoop.
And hopefully his
glitch there. I think you're back.
Yeah. So we had a little glitch just a second ago too when you were doing. So I don't know what's going on. Everything's stressed out with it being high noon on the first Wednesday of the month.
People are freaking out.
And May Day. It is May Day. And it is also Lay Day, and I forgot to put my hemp lay on. But, I get that wacky calendar. And so not only is it May Day, but it's Lay Day. So if you have a lay around the house, make sure to put that on. And if it's made out of hemp, that'd be great. I know Enviro Textile makes a hemp lay.
If you have one laying around, get it.
So if you have one laying around, that's right. So anyway, Robbie is going to trial May 6th at 9 a.m. in Mansfield. He's doing a jury trial at his request. I think that, this is kind of something interesting to definitely pay attention to because it's, could be interesting as to how things actually play out with this whole thing and Mansfield deciding, and I think his attorneys will prove once again, this is an industrial hemp CBD, 100% legal in the state of Ohio. They never, to my understanding, they told him that he could not argue ignorance because he purchased this in good faith at a store, which makes sense to me. I don't believe that they ever went and raided the store or any charges were ever brought against the store for selling this product, which I think is interesting. I don't believe he bought it in Mansfield. It'd be interesting to see who's selling CBD in Mansfield, blah, blah, blah. But, and so this is going to be interesting. I think it's, hopefully going to turn out where, again, they go in, they prove the difference. And then we would almost have precedence there. On the same note, we had a SB 57 committee meeting for the House. It's in the House now, passed the Senate unanimously. Again, this is all this really does is make industrial hemp farming legal in Ohio, and it puts on paper puts on paper that CBD, hemp, and hemp products are legal in Ohio. They're legal now, but for some reason they had to make it. They had to put it on paper,
Super legal.
So that we could. That's right, super legal,
Extra
so
super
that we
duper
could
legal.
really. And again, this was something that they did because the Board of Pharmacy is obviously, once again, still telling their half truths, kind of, and they are still embargoing product I hear. I feel like they just hit another round of stores with some embargoes on CBD products. So, hopefully that would all end immediately. And I thought there was actually a stay basically ordered by a judge to cease all of that until we get it all worked out. But apparently I was wrong on that, because the Board of Pharmacy, and it's really the Department of Agriculture and the health department in those places. I do know that someone is bringing suit against, I believe, the Department of Agriculture because of what they are doing with CBD and whatnot. It's not a direct suit against the Board of Pharmacy, but actually against the Department of Agriculture, because they're going in and doing these embargoes under the guise of the Board of Pharmacy, and they again have no right. They have no right to go in and do this. Again, they're not arresting anyone. No one's breaking any laws. They're breaking policy in the Board of Pharmacy's policy, and they're holding other licenses against retailers and whatnot for CBD products. So, we're still going through that. But yesterday there was probably 20 or so proponents of SB 57 that testified. And so I think they're going to hopefully move forward with this pretty quickly. I did notice when I went on to the government website that there was a woman that went, and she was the only person that testified on this particular day, or went up and spoke in front of the committee, the Senate committee, possibly before they voted. I'm not positive, who was actually against it. And I'm not going to bring up any names, but you can go to ohiogov.com, you put in SB 57, and you can pull up all the information as to who's gone and talked to the committee and whatnot, and this, that, and all the other. But she was so far the only person that is standing in front of the committee as someone who is against SB 57.
Someone who's run out of things to complain about, obviously.
I guess, Yeah, apparently. And again, what I think is funny is this very well could be, and I don't want to assume anything, that this could very well be all over the fact that this bill clearly defines CBD, clearly defines hemp and hemp products. And for some reason, she's upset about that when, once again, it's not changing the law in any way whatsoever. It's just putting it on paper. So once again, we can hold that piece of paper up and say, no, according to SB 57, your SB 523 has no jurisdiction in these areas. And so it really is kind of because 523 is so confusing and the Board of Pharmacy is being so confusing about it, SB 57 has to put things on paper that we really shouldn't have to put on paper and are obviously true. Because again, if industrial hemp CBD was illegal in the state of Ohio, we would be seeing the police, the state police, the local police, go in. I'm not saying there's not some local police. Once again, the Mansfield, that's some local guys kind of acting under their own authority. The judge, I believe, is acting under actually ignorance because they're only looking at and all things made from cannabis are marijuana type mentality. If you ask me, that's where the judge is coming from. I'm not even going to bring up the fact that Mansfield probably has a ridiculously awful opiate problem. And so why are they even bothering with this 0.3% or less THC stuff? But apparently, their court systems don't seem to be wasting enough people's times. And so, and the fact that ironically, the fact that the court that they keep pushing it back, they kept pushing it back a year and a half ago. It was kind of harder to prove that industrial hemp was federally legal, but just 5 months ago, we clearly took industrial hemp off the controlled substance list officially. Even the stuff before that, though, even the industrial hemp that was being grown for the products before that, that was taken off the off the controlled substance list by the DEA before those seeds went in the ground. So I want to be perfectly clear that, again, because Ohio's laws basically mimic the federal controlled substance list, industrial hemp has never been illegal in the state of Ohio, and CBD has not either under those provisions of the federal laws. So there we have it. There we go. We keep moving forward in the state of Ohio. Hey, man, that was pretty good. I shouldn't rhyme for my life. I shouldn't rhyme for my life. We're going to shoot you unless you come up with a really good rhyme. I would rhyme for my life then.
By the way, welcome to Matthew in the chat room, checking out the show. Everybody else who's checking us out live. Again, make sure you subscribe to Jedi Hemp on YouTube for the on-demand. It's easier to share as well, of course, because Facebook is not good with that. So if you want to share on Twitter and, Tumblr, people still use that, and LinkedIn, and some of you still have MySpace or Friendster or whatever. I'm sure you can share there as well. YouTube's pretty good about that. Google Plus, I don't know if that's still a thing. Just share away if you want to.
Yeah, share away. Go to your MySpace.
That's right.
There is a Hemptations MySpace page somewhere. Yes, awesome. It's true. Now let's move on to the product spotlight. As I say, 4 from the store, 1 from my door. Last week, one of our semi-regular viewers said to me, Beach, since you're kind of, we're picking out particular products. We've gone through 100 different brands or so in the store. So now I'm just kind of going back and picking out a particular product from those brands. Why don't you tell us the price? And so I'm going to add that now. So you can know out there a new feature to the product spotlight. Although I didn't put it on the picture. Maybe that's a lot of work. But anyway, the first one is everyone recognizes, I think, this in the hemp world or non-hemp world is the Dr. Bronner's. I picked the peppermint because peppermint is the particular scent that I use. I suppose we're kind of, it's making it easier for everybody to know what I personally use. But, it comes in many different scents. As you can see, one of the things I love is the Dr. Bronner's labels are just absolutely filled with information. And so there is no wasted space there. This particular size, which I'm going to guess is an 8-ounce bottle. I should have looked at that closer. See, with all that stuff, it's hard to find too, is $7.37. And, you can dilute this for certain things as far as using it and whatnot. But the second thing, again, my favorite flavor of the ice cream, which is once again completely vegan, all hemp, made from hemp ice cream and other spices and whatnot, flavorings. This is a 4-ounce container of the Mocha Mint, which goes for $7.95. No dairy, no animal products, 100% vegan, and tastes delicious too. At $7.95. The next product, I'm a hat guy, and so I'm going to try to include some hats in there when I can. But this is kind of the full brim with summer coming out, and you're going to get out on a boat, get out in the sun and whatnot. You got to protect your skin because the sun is bad for skin. You got the full brim hat here, and these run $26.37 and should last a lifetime. Pass it on to your kids. If they become hat people, you never know.
Raise good hat.
That's right. You got to raise good, responsible hat people. And so the last but not least product from the store, it comes from the Kentucky Hemp Works. Love these girls, everything they have done. They are farmers. They are product makers. This is, again, one of those things where I believe that this was probably a product that was left over from all the other products that they make, which is they have a hemp oil line. They have some balms from the root. But the fire starters are kind of I think a good, makes them more no waste, because they're just taking basically the bark and kind of mashing it together, I think. And I'm not sure what else is in there. But these run $637, and I think there's I want to say 6 or 7 in the package. And so if you want to use a more all natural fire starter, I do not use any type of liquid on my fires when I start them. If I can't get a fire started with some flame and kindling and maybe a little paper or something, then I don't deserve to have a fire.
Deserve to be cold.
You deserve to be cold if you have to carry around a can of kerosene or some type of fire starter. That's just, maybe my opinion, but I like to do it old school. And so, I think this is definitely a better all natural product for a little fire starter. If you're a camper, you like to have a little fire every once in a while. So there's the 4 from the store this week with prices and all. All these products should be located at every Hemptations. If they're not, let somebody know that you're at that location and you want one of these, and we'll get it there for you. And then the last picture, which is obviously one from my door. This is my desk from the house, which you can see very little of, but it is a hemp desk.
That's impressive. It's an impressive amount of stuff.
I do this, I do that. I don't know how. I don't know. I mean, again, I don't even know how I've come up with so much stuff to put on this desk since we built it and put it there. But as you can see, I built a desk and I use it. But that is a hemp desk made from the hemp press board, which I have I think I mentioned last week, I have another big announcement about some hemp press board this week. But yes, that's what I do to a desk. That's what I do to shelves. That's why there's not enough hemp in the world and shelving for my stuff.
Send your hemp to beach. He needs things to build.
Yeah. And you can't see it either, but the little piece down below that has the camera sitting on it, that's actually a separate hemp. It's like more of an end table little thing that's made out of hemp. It's actually a separate piece. Maybe I'll pull that out and take a better picture of that with nothing on it. You can see that. But yeah, and so that actually is separate from the big desk that is proceeded to be filled up with just unimaginable amount of stuff. That's what I do.
The big desk was so overwhelmed that another smaller desk had to be brought in to help.
That's right. Yeah. And is probably being, overloaded as we speak. Which means he's going to have to bring in some more hemp.
There you go.
So, roger that. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. That's the product spotlight. 4 from the store, 1 from my door. And now we move on to what I know is Stoner Jesus's favorite part of the show.
It's pretty much the greatest thing to happen on Facebook on a weekly basis. That's what I've heard. I've heard people say that. I won't say names, but trust me, many, many people have come to me and said, look, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened on Facebook in the history of Facebook, and even in the history before Facebook. I don't know how that's possible, but it is. And also, if you're wondering when it was going to get warm enough for beach to break out the dancing sticks, if you will, well, today's the day. Today is your lucky day. What
lucky day
are you wearing, Beach?
That's right. If you woke up this morning and you said, "What are you wearing, Beach?" I hope it's something that shows off those calves. Then you're lucky, because guess what? It is true. We're gonna break 80 today, possibly, and so I did, in fact, break out the old chicken lookers on chicken legs, so to speak. In my outfit, the hat is a classic head case, do hemp. I'm sorry, hat. I've had this for a long time. And again, this is one of those things where I have one that's in really nice shape, and I have one that looks like I've worn every other day. This is the nice one. That the shirt printed here at Planet Everywhere with the Super Hemp logo. That's an Ono t-shirt. I do have my Prana shorts, and I've lost a little bit of weight recently. For my summer bikini look, and so I've been having to wear a belt a little bit more. So that's a Hempy's belt right there, and then the Prana shorts. If you're looking, men or women's, Amazon is a good, or just go to Prana. I don't know why I said that. Go to prana.com, and they have an unbelievable selection of hemp clothing. I don't know how many pairs of hemp shorts I have from Prana. And then my hemp pen is, in fact, still in my pocket there. I've been carrying that more. Got the Hemptopia briefs. Moving on down to the Saucony Jazz. And again, the Saucony running shoes are a part of their vegan line of running shoes. And so if you're a vegan and you have trouble finding shoes, which you do, then you might want to look into Saucony's line of vegan shoes. And then I've got the Oasis no-show socks on. And so if you did wake up this morning saying, it's going to be warm out, beach, what are you wearing? There you have it. Good old-fashioned summer outfit. More of those to come. I think the summer weather is here. Spring is definitely sprung. We've had a real spring here in Cincinnati. I don't know where you live in the world, but Cincinnati has brought us a decent spring. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not going to complain. So we'll be moving on to summer soon. I'm sure of that. Then everybody will be complaining, as they do.
It's too hot.
It's too hot now. All right. Well, moving on to the hemp news. If you're on a beach, then it might be the Hemp Beach News. No, I know there is actually a Hemp Beach TV that exists, and they were kicking it strong. And I don't know, I haven't seen much from them recently, but I know they were doing something. I don't know where they were, but anyway.
Yeah, I haven't seen them for years. On to the. I think of it. It's been a while.
Yeah, I haven't either, but they were for a while, man. Every other day I was seeing something about Hemp Beach TV. Mm-hmm. And so hopefully they didn't run out of things to talk about. So we have to look into some of the shows they had. So the news and events, again, if you go to hemptations.com, we have all the events. Oh, I do want to apologize, even though I had nothing to do with it, and I didn't find out until after the show last week. But if you tried to go to the Cleveland Hemp Expo last Sunday, they canceled it. Oh. And so I think I should have posted something on Facebook, but I didn't even find out about it until it was very close to the event. And so I am sorry if you were disappointed and you showed up to see my presentation or just went to the Cleveland Hemp Expo to check it out. But apparently they contacted me and said it was canceled. So I took their word for it and I didn't show up. And so, I think they're going to try to reschedule for June or July. I haven't heard anything. We'll go from there on that as far as those things go. We did find out this week that the shipment in Idaho was in fact confirmed to be industrial hemp. So everything, I think I saw maybe 12, 15 possible big bags, like huge bags. And so they must have tested all of it, came back 0.3% or less. The driver in this particular incident had pleaded not guilty before this. And so we'll see what happens. I would look for them to throw that out. If he does have to go to court, that would be a big waste of money at this point. They've already proven it's industrial hemp. They just passed a law that says you can bring industrial hemp through Idaho. Come on, let's let this trucker who didn't care what he was hauling. I can tell you that. Didn't care. He's just getting paid to drive something across the country. Yeah. Let's just get this whole thing just thrown out of court and be done with. I mentioned the hemp board, press board last week. I think the fact that Hemp Traders had it, but they are officially launching a company called Canagrow board. That's what they're calling it. We clicked out there for a second.
We're back. I think.
They're making cannaboard, and it is going to be United States grown hemp and made in the United States. The picture I saw, they're going to have different thicknesses as you find your press board. It looked like they're even going to do maybe even a 1/4 inch, which would be really nice, and then up. And so that's exciting for those of us that obviously like to build things from hemp press board and then fill them up with other things, as I illustrated earlier with my desk from the house. But it is exciting to see that it's going to be, again, American grown hemp, made in America. I'm a one world person. I'm not trying to take anything away from any other country, any other human that's working to make a living. But what this will hopefully do is bring that cost down. The argument is that if we can make it here, it should be cheaper. So hopefully that will be the case. And, we can get hemp press board and all the big box stores, as Lowe's and Home Depot and all those places, Menards. And I can go there and buy it when I need to and still have, not have to have it shipped across the country. So big step forward, which I saw coming. There's, again, the hemp wood company that's getting built in Kentucky now. And this may even be being made in that plant in Kentucky. And Canna Grove is the name of the company. So, good stuff happening with industrial hemp on every level, which is exciting to see.
Well,
you know me, I'm interested in everything else besides the CBD. All right, so we'll get through a couple some events coming up. April was really a busy month. May is not so busy, but there are some pretty big things happening in May.
Indeed. So, is your tour? Does your tour continue, or has your tour ended, or are you on a hiatus? What's the Great Hemp Beach tour going on? Where's that going?
I guess I'm kind of on a hiatus. I thought that I was going to go up and maybe testify myself in front of the House Committee for SB 57. But I didn't know about yesterday, and I don't have all those things connected, and so I'm the kind of person like someone else needs to tell me where to be, and then I can do my job, whatever that might be as far as educating on hemp. And so, but no, I don't have anything scheduled that I know of for quite a while, or I don't think I have anything on the schedule. But there is plenty going on in the hemp world across the country, that's for sure. May 2nd through the 4th, which is this weekend, you've got Hemp on the Bayou at Jazz Fest. Very exciting. So if you're going to be down in New Orleans for Jazz Fest, take a little time out from jazz and go learn about hemp. The big names, big faces, people I love in the hemp world are going to be down there educating. And so, go get down in New Orleans and enjoy that. I would say again that we were very close to possibly going, but we're actually going to go to a designated dark sky campsite this weekend. And we're going to stare at the stars just because we can. Anyway, May 4th, in Illinois, in Chicago, is the Hemp Growers Summit. This is from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. At 2423 East 75th Street in Chicago. I'll try to get that up so you can see it, but that's obviously really close. I just found out about this. It's kind of a new event.
On Star Wars Day, no less.
It is, absolutely. May the 4th be with you. Obviously,
by the way,
that's Saturday.
Paula from Prime My Body checking in the chat room. Also, Amanda from Blissful Botanicals. Loving the show. Thank you, Beach, for taking your time to share your knowledge every week. Amanda says, and Paula says, love you guys. We are amazing. So that's great. Just keep them coming. All compliments,
Appreciate
please.
that.
Fill them up.
Yeah,
Fill up the comments.
that's right. When we take this to the network TVs, we need all these little clips. No,
That's right. See, people like us. We're good.
We
We're
do
enjoyable.
appreciate. I definitely appreciate all the viewers every week. I am glad that we continue to supply you with the all things hemp and all that information as well. Thank you very much for watching, for sure. Couple more events here. May 11th, we've got Hemp on the Slope in Grand Junction, Colorado. You can go to hempevents.com for more on that. May 24th, 25th, you've got the Hemp Machines and Technology Micro Summit at the Hemp Today Center in Poland. So, if you want to head to Poland or you're watching from Poland, then, that's going to be fun. May 31st, this is kind of a big thing for everyone in the CBD industry, I believe. They should be paying attention to this FDA's White Oak campus meeting. I did put the information up on the second page of hemptations.com, the address. And again, this is the FDA, CBD, taking comments, listening to people. I believe it's an all-day thing. So if you've got a good, solid argument, and I don't mean be argumentative, if you've got a good, solid, positive debate that you want to give to the FDA as to why they should really keep their nose out of industrial hemp supplements, honestly, they don't, we don't need their anything. And so, that's my good, solid debate.
The government is just here to help. It's fine.
Just continue to ignore the fact that this is a supplement, that it's not shouldn't be regulated by them. The standards of which your CBD products are made should be regulated by the companies that make them, and you should be paying attention to those standards. Yes, you want clean facilities for processing. That's the biggest thing is if the company that you're buying your CBD can give you a testing statement that says all these chemicals weren't present, this is all that was there, this is what was there, that's what we need. Yes, there are all kinds of charlatans, I want to say, in this industry because it's so new and it's so, again, I don't care what industry you come into that's new and making people money. There will always be companies out there that will not hold themselves to the standards that you should hold your products to. It's no different than supporting organic food or doing the research to find out, more about the food that you eat or what you put in your body on your own. Don't leave it up to the government. They still have that stupid food pyramid that says we're supposed to drink milk and blah again. So, don't leave it up to the government to tell you or to regulate and whatnot. Honestly, do it yourself. Buy clean food products.
Much like everything else, much like every other industry, non-governmental organizations will form that have standards and seals of approval and things like that. Those places, and if you want some,
and we are seeing that we did, we saw that with the we saw that with the most recent one, and they had to get tweaked a little bit, but that's right. We are going to see, hopefully, some type of, and again, if not, just ask for those things from the company that you're buying from. Mm-hmm. And hopefully they can produce those, or hopefully they are producing, a quality product, wherever that may be. And so that being said, May 31st, once again, get to Maryland, Silver Springs, Maryland, to the FDA's White Oak campus, and let them know that, in all honesty, CBD is like vitamin C. The government does not need to regulate or tell us about a natural food supplement in any way. And so we don't need their opinion, in my opinion. And that's the opinion. And that would be my debate to them. It probably wouldn't be a very good one. No. Take a little bit more, take some science with you. But the problem is if you take the science with you, then you're really giving them more argument as to why they should regulate it, because you're going to bring up its effects as a drug. Mm-hmm. Okay. Once again, we do not give medical advice. We do not sell drugs. We sell supplements. But if you go in front of the FDA and you say, it's good for pain relief, then the FDA is going to say, no, wait a minute, only we can say that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so don't you go saying that, which is going to imply, once again, that the FDA should have regulations over CBD, which they shouldn't. They regulate all medical claims.
Yes.
Okay.
Say
So
something's
yes,
medicine and it's not FDA approved, they get very, very upset. And they will come after you
they
quickly.
do. They do. And that's okay with me. I am totally for that. I agree with that in some sense or another, because that does keep the people from selling you snake oil and saying anything does anything because they say it does. And so I agree that, if you're making a hemp supplement product and you're making medical claims, then guess what? The FDA is going to come down on you. And so don't do that. Like I said, consumers, we encourage consumers to do their own research, to find out if they think that this product will work for them or not, and then try it, and then go from there. And so that's the FDA shouldn't have a voice in any supplement. If we give them a voice in industrial hemp supplements, then the next thing you know, they're going to be looking over ginkgo biloba and all these other natural herbs, 100% natural plants, and we don't need that. We don't need that. So that's May 31st. That following week, June 3rd through the 9th, is Hemp History Week. We usually celebrate Hemp History Week by having a big hemp sale, doing some giveaways, things like that. And so, we always look forward to Hemp History Week. In fact, I need to get to Vote Hemp and tell them that we're having it and registered, all that stuff. And then a couple other things. June, you got the June 4th through the 5th, you got the Eastern U.S. Hemp Conference and Expo. June 6th in Tennessee, I just found this, the Tennessee Hemp Victory Bash and Summit. It's an all-day event in Nashville, which sounds fun. Again, Tennessee is, they're clarifying their industrial hemp rules as well, and so that's kind of interesting. I do want to say that although Ohio was, I think, one of 9 just a couple weeks ago, I do believe that a couple states, I think we have moved up to maybe being one of 6 states that it now has no industrial hemp farming on the books. And so, the list is slowly dwindling down to South Dakota, because apparently South Dakota's governor lives in, like, I don't even know what year to compare what she lives in, but it is like some draconian 1970, some draconian, very scared of industrial hemp. Yeah, I mean, if you've seen it, and I'm not encouraging anyone to go out there and support this video, but this video that they've made in South Dakota, that the governor, about industrial hemp, it's like they got drug dogs in it and stuff. I'm like, I haven't watched the whole thing. I just saw little bits and clips of it. It's absolutely ridiculous. Thankfully, hopefully SB 57 passes soon. But I will be thankful to South Dakota, because even if we don't, somehow I don't think we will be the last state to legalize industrial hemp if this doesn't work, because again, South Dakota's governor is like, I just don't even understand how someone could put themselves in such a leadership position and be so willfully ignorant to the facts. But South Dakota doesn't have much of a population, and I guess, I don't want to say that
her 20 voters
their pickings are slim. That's right. I don't want to say their pickings are slim in South Dakota. But anyway, ridiculous ideology when it comes to industrial hemp in South Dakota, but whatever. All right. Well, that's everything I've got here on the old High Noon Hemp Show. Did you see any questions? Have we gotten any questions?
I did not.
Do
the
you
comments
have
are
any
just full
questions?
of how absolutely awesome we are. But no question. There's no question about how awesome we are. So there are no questions.
There is no question as to how awesome we are. Thank you, everyone, for viewing and the positive comments. It makes me feel all hempy inside to know that we have viewers and that some of you are semi-regular. So that being said, go to hemptations.com. We got all the events there. Hemptations Beach. We've got the YouTube channel, Jedi Hemp, which all the episodes are posted there, as well as some of the other videos that we have. And so go like that, or however you do that. Follow Jedi Hemp channel on YouTube. You can watch all the previous episodes there. And happy May Day, Lay Day. Get out there and enjoy it if you're in a part of the world where it is a nice, beautiful spring day. Of course, we're getting storms later. But once again, I thank everybody for watching. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Make everything else out of hemp. Having Hemptations.
See y'all next week.